Hi everyone. Today we are going to talk about 10.6 trigonometric values in coordinate plane, the second part. So we did learn how to find out the trigonometric values the last time, right? When you know the coordinate in the coordinate plane. So we are going to continue. So let's review just one more time. Sine, cosine, tangent, so, cot, toa. So these sine, cosine, tangent are the ratios of two sides in the right triangle, right? So you have two sides for each. So sine is ratio of opposite of the angle, opposite of over hypotenuse. Cosine ka, adjacent over hypotenuse. So adjacent over hypotenuse. Tangent to tangent opposite over adjacent to So your angle is right here. But today we are going to add 3 more trigonometry values, which are the reciprocal of each trigonometry value here. So sine, cosine, tangent, we already know, but here cosecant, how do you write down cosecant? CSC, you say it cosecant. And here, cosecant is reciprocal of sine. So 1 over sine. And 1 over sine, if you get the reciprocal of opposite over hypotenuse, what do you get? Yes, hypotenuse over opposite. And secant, here, SEC is secant. Secant of the angle is equal to what? This is reciprocal of, cosine. So 1 over cosine, which is equal to not adjacent over hypotenuse, hypotenuse over adjacent. Oh, cosecant from sine, secant from cosine. Don't be confused, okay? Cosecant from the sine, secant from cosine. But tangent is same, the cotangent from tangent. So cotangent is opposite over adjacent to tangent. So reciprocal is adjacent over opposite. Like this, everybody get it? So cosecant, hypotenuse of opposite. You don't need to memorize this way. You'll be confused. The better to know cosecant is reciprocal of sine, upside down from here. So secant is reciprocal of cosine, and cotangent of tangent, okay? So this is we call Pythagorean identity. Pythagorean identity is sine of any angle in the, in the Pythagorean theorem, in the unit circle, you know that sine, the angle, square plus cosine, the angle. So cosine square is equal to a hypotenuse square, right? There you get that. So sine square plus cosine square is equal to 1. So this is a ratio. So even though triangle get bigger, still trigonometry value is always the same. So you should know now. So sine theta square plus cosine theta square is equal to 1. This angle must be always the same. All right. If the angle changes, you cannot apply this Pythagorean identity. So for example, sine 30 square plus cosine 30 square is equal to 1. All right. You can try with your calculator by yourself. And sine 220 square plus cosine what square is equal to 1? What is x? Yes, x is 220. That's Pythagorean identity. So now let's go to our own example. So an angle is in the standard position and its terminal side passes through the point 2 and -1. This 2 and -1, x is 2, y is -1, right? So which quadrant is it? Yes, quadrant 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Quadrant 4. In this point, to make a right triangle, what do? You draw a vertical line to the x-axis. Then you will have a right triangle like this. Then what is the exact value of sine angle? Sine is opposite over hypotenuse, right? Opposite over hypotenuse. What is opposite? Opposite is a vertical line which is y value -1. And what is hypotenuse? We don't know. But we know adjacent. So from opposite and adjacent, you can use what? Yes, Pythagorean theorem. So let's set the Pythagorean theorem. H squared is equal to 2 squared plus -1 squared, right? So you remember when you square negative numbers, you should put it in the parentheses or your calculator will give you wrong answer. So h squared will be 4 plus 1 is 5. To solve for h from h squared, you do the square root to both sides, right? You do the square root, h squared over square root of h squared become h, and then this is square root of 5. But we know that it's a plus and minus, always two answers supposed to be there when you solve for h from square. But what happened? The hypotenuse, we said hypotenuse is always positive. So we take only positive value. Then you can find the sine angle is equal to what? Yes, -1 over square root of 5, right? -1 over square root of 5. Then what is the cosecant? Cosecant is reciprocal of what? Sine. Oh, this one, then you just upside down. Then what happens? Cosecant will be negative square root 5 over 1, right? Cosecant will be negative square root of 5 over 1, which is negative square root of 5. Does everybody understand? Okay. So let's try with this. This is error analysis. You are familiar with this already. So now, the angle is in the standard position and terminal side passes through -3 and -4. Find the exact value of secant theta. Secant is reciprocal of what? Cosine. So this person used the cosine. Is it correct? It looks correct. What is wrong here? So can you find out what is error? Can you think about it? Okay. So first you set up the h squared is equal to x squared plus y squared. And then if you get it, 9 plus 16 is 25. And then do the square root, h equal to square root of 25, which is 5. So far, nothing wrong. Cosine angle is equal to, so -4 over 5. Cosine is what? Adjacent over hypotenuse. What is adjacent? Adjacent is x value or y value. Adjacent is horizontal x value. Is x is -4? No, y is -4. Then this is sine, right? So to be cosine, which value should you take? Yes, x coordinate, -3. Then secant will be also upside down. So everybody understand? Okay. So now you will see about 6 questions. Please finish everything and then email it to me. Okay.